all made possible by the Montauk Historical Society, the Southampton African American Museum, and the Eastville Community Historical Society. We're so grateful that you could be here today and commemorate this day with us. We have a beautiful day. Everybody's acting so down. Let me hear hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray! All right, because this is important for us to be on the same accord with one another, the same energy, because this is a journey that we are taking together. And so since we're taking this journey together, I want to make sure that we are together. We are so happy to have you here today, and with me I have Brenda Simmons, as you have met her. And so now she is going to do a poem for you.
How many know about the Amistad story? This is going to be a slight recap. The Spanish plantation owners, Nantos and Rajas, purchased 53 of the African captives and enslaved workers, including 49 adults, males or children, and 3 of them girls. Let us be free! Illegally captured and sold into slavery, but a heroic, brave revolt occurred at sea. Let us be free! The revolt began after the schooner's cook jokingly told the slaves they will be killed, salted, and cooked. But I could hear Sinke say, "To hell with you, not killed or eaten. We be free! We be free!" Several days into the journey, a brave little girl named Margot secured a big knife with the plan gave to Sinke, who unshackled himself and his fellow captives. We gonna be free! Armed with knives, killing Spanish captain and the ship's cook, who would cook no more. Let us be free! Let us be free! The blind trust of their lying captives to take them home to Africa, but secretly changed course in the night and sailed through the Caribbean to this place right here where we are at Culloden Point, where we be. No longer free. Ship seized by naval man and put the Africans back in chains, escorting them to Connecticut, where they would be claimed salvage, considered not human again. No, we must be free! The trial of the century, Adam once said. In spite of sight of the changed species, he humanized them instead for all of us to see. What are we doing, people? We must set them free. What are we doing, people? We must set them free. Question: are we free? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brenda, for that lovely poem. And now I want to do a libation that we are commemorating here. So we pour for our ancestors, those who gave birth to us, those who nurtured and taught us. Feel free, when I pour, to call out the names of your ancestors while I'm pouring out. I don't hear you. Are you calling out your ancestors' name? We pour to welcome the present moment. We salute the power of the moment, and we salute the ever-present now, and we pour. Ashe. We pour for our future generations. We remember them now and build for them, so that they can one day pour for us. We pour. Ashe. We pour to 7 directions of the west, of the north, of the east, of the south, and up and down. We pour from the center which dwells in each of us. We pour. Ashe. We pour for the 5 elements. We pour for fire. We pour for earth. We pour for air. And we pour for water. And we pour for life, that all combined make us. We pour. Ashe. We pour for each individual here. And the issues that you would like to share, feel free to shout them out. We pour. Ashe. Freedom, equality, peace. We pour. It brings us back to where we started. We begin with the Creator and we end with the Creator. We pour. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Thank you so much. And at this time, we want to welcome up Vanessa to tell you about our dance troupe that will be performing for us today. Vanessa, please join us.
Hello and good afternoon, everyone. We are here at a historic time celebrating something that is true and native to Long Island. And so I have the opportunity to introduce to you the Vanette's Cultural Workshop. We are a performing arts organization that was founded in 1967 by my mother, Mary Baird. She grew up in the Bronx, New York, and when she came out to Long Island, she realized that there was a lack of extracurricular activities for our youth. So dance was something that empowered her. Dance was something that affirmed her. Dance was something that validated her. So she wanted to ensure and impart that same knowledge on the students of Wyandanch. So the Vanette's Cultural Workshop is housed in Wyandanch, Long Island. As I said, we've been around for 57 years. And we have a dance division, a charm and etiquette division, and a vocal division. The workshop's motto is academic motivation through the arts. So we use the arts as a tool and microcosm of life to teach our students real-world experiences, teach them civic engagement, teach them community involvement, and teach them that it doesn't mean anything to become successful in life if you do not pull somebody else up with you. So we present to you now the Vanette's Cultural Workshop. They're going to be performing for you an African piece. The choreographer is the teacher who is working on the music right here, Miss Michelena. And we are just very happy that we have this opportunity to be able to celebrate and fellowship with you today. God bless, and thank you for the invitation.
The ship here that you see behind me is a recreation or a reconstruction of the Amistad ship of 1839. Discovering Amistad is the organization that owns and operates the ship. And we use that ship as a floating classroom. The idea is that we have an opportunity to talk about the incredible young men that were on that ship. And they fought for their lives on the ship and fought for their freedom in the ports almost 200 years ago. So much so that they changed history. So when we're teaching about the Amistad story and we're talking to children, we have about 14,000 that visit our programs during the year, we ask them a question. Young Sembe was a young African descendant man, 21, 22 years old. He found himself in a very difficult situation, and he found a nail. And the reason why he found that nail and the reason why he knew what to do with the nail is because the community poured into him. He was part of a society called the Poro Society, which was a leadership society. So they taught him about character development and crisis intervention and resolutions and how to address yourself in difficult times. So when he found that nail, I can just imagine that the ancestors jumping into his spirit and for him to say, this nail is going to lead to not only my freedom, but all of our freedom. And here we are almost 200 years later. That young brother made such an impact that we're here to commemorate the Amistad story. When that ship came into this area and the Mende were able to overcome the ship, it stopped right here at this point in Montauk. This is the first place it stopped in America and then went to Connecticut. So in this moment in time, I just want to thank you for being here. Thank you for commemorating this time. And I don't want us to minimize the impact from an ancestral perspective that this means to all of us. We stand tall because we stand on the shoulders of all those that came before us. And here we are together commemorating this incredible event. So I want to thank the Historical Society and Dr. Bourget and all of you for having us here. The ship is going to be here for over a week. We'll be here for 8 days. We'll be at the Montauk Harbor. We will have free tours. We will have VIP tours. We will have a theatrical performance, all that will assist us in commemorating this important moment in time. So thank you so much for having our incredible ship. I hope to see you on the ship, and thank you for this day. And let's give the ancestors a round of applause.
Thank you.
Everybody make a circle. Let the circle be unbroken. Those in the back standing, let's come to the circle. Babette, we need a circle. Mr. Dorsey, come on. Come on. Now, I want you to look at your neighbor on your right and say, I need you and you need me.
I need you and you need me. You're supposed to hold my hand.
Right? Okay.
His hand's probably
Now
close.
let's
Wash
go
your
to the
hands.
other side. I need you. And one last thing. Why don't we say in unison on the count of three that we better together? 1, 2, 3.
We're better together.
And now with that, many of you know the song Amazing Grace. And the significance of that song being written was for a man who was formerly enslaver, saw that his error and made a turn. And how many of you know that it's always grace that brought us this far, that's what we need to go further is grace. And so now we want to sing in unity, if you know it. If you don't, just hum. On the count of three again. 1, 2, 3. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. And so this is a week-long events that we want to make sure that if you understand the significance of this moment and the fact that this ship has not been in this spot for over 200 years. Wow. So you are witnessing a magnificent moment, and not even just the fact that it's been so long. When we were planning with Paula, we said, do you think he can anchor at the point? And now we had to worry about the weather, so praying for good weather, high tide, low tide, is it gonna come? What dock can we use? Who can we call? And so we made the call and everyone answered. And the fact that you are here shows us that what we're doing here is just the beginning. And so we thank you all for being here, and it couldn't happen without these partners. And so we're so grateful. So give yourself a round of applause. And so I want to ask my partners here, you don't have to speak clear if you don't want, but I want to ask my partners to give some final words here.
I just want to say thank you all. My name is Brenda Simmons, the founder executive director of the Southampton African American Museum. And sometime right now I get full because when I come here, last year we had a beautiful ceremony and Georgette and I danced. And I connected to my ancestors, and I feel it again now. Even coming here this morning and seeing the water, I automatically felt that our ancestors are going to be here present today. And what a beautiful day that we have. It couldn't be more beautiful than this. So I thank you all for coming, and stay tuned for next year.
I just wanted to say as well, it's difficult to speak, being so full. That's why I'm rubbing her back. I don't think she has any skin left on her back. It's like, why are you rubbing my back? I'm loving every minute of it. Because for us, this is not just a show. It's not just history. It's our legacy. It's our generational legacy. It's a reminder of who we are. The story reminds us of the importance of freedom, not only in 1839, but today. There's so many relevant themes of the story that we're looking right in the face of today. So it kind of reminds me, I love that Dr. Georgette had us sing that song and look back and forth and tell each other we need each other, because the bottom line is that we do. And it really is all of us banding together to make sure all of us have freedom and human rights. So thank you from me, and thank you from my ancestors.
How long is the ship going to be here? How long is the ship going to be here?
For a week.
I just have to say it was really important. First, thank you to Georgette and Brenda for extending the invitation so we could fellowship with you today. But it was really important for me to bring my young students to be able to have the opportunity to witness history, to learn about history. You know, this is history that's not necessarily taught in our schools. And so it's important for them to understand their foundation. It's important for them to understand their ancestors and what their ancestors went through. It's important for them to understand the resilient spirit that their ancestors had, to be able to overcome anything, to be able to tackle anything, to be able to deal with anything. So for me, and I say to my students, I thank you for finding it not robbery to give up your time today. Thank you so much for coming. I made them do a little bit of a history lesson before they got here. They weren't happy about that, but you know what? I don't really care. They're happy right now. So I just thank you all, and I thank you all for just coming out and being community. Because that's really what we need in this day and age in our society. There's so much divisiveness. It's important for us all to be together. So God bless you.
Oh, okay. We got Montauk historical representation here.
Thank you all so much for coming. I am Mia's assistant. Unfortunately, she is out sick, but it really means so much to all of us that you made the trek, down here. And the Amistad will be docked at Star Island for a week, and it will be free, open to tours. So please come again and visit, and just thank you all so much. It means a lot for you to make it out here.
I have one thing to add. One quick thing. Where's Kevin? Kevin? Let's give Kevin a round of applause. Kevin ran home to go and get his speaker and bring it back so the kids could perform. So Kevin, you are welcome. Thank you.
Okay, and I got one more exercise, a collective exercise, starting with me and who's that? And then all the way around. I want to say one word that you feel right now that can capture this moment. And I'm glad I'm going first, because I know I'm going to have your word. And my word is gratitude. Woo!
I'm very happy to be here.
Happy.
I feel so excited.
Yeah.
Joy.
Joy. Grateful.
Honored.
Honored.
Peaceful.
Peaceful.
I'm going to say honored too.
Honored.
Grateful.
And I was going to say honored as well.
Okay.
We don't have to have our own words, right?
Hoop. Hoop.
Oh.
Hoop.
Oh.
Hoop. Hoop.
Oh.
Like
Okay.
French, like ça.
Yeah, hope is a
Freedom.
Thankful.
warm.
Pride. Appreciated.
Adventurous.
Duty.
Proud.
Free. Shalom. Peace. Happy.
Love.
Joy. Okay. No.
Happy.
Joy.
Joyful.
Give us free.
Uhuru means freedom in Africa.
Possibility.
Yeah.
Honesty.
History. Joyful.
Grace.
Connection.
Peace. Exuberance.
Courage.
Thankful.
Grateful.
Inspired.
Beauty.
Enjoy.
Foundation.
Change.
History.
Respect.
Gratitude. Knowledge.
Love. Humbled.
Unity.
Awestruck.
Turn it on yourself. So with that, we have concluded our program. We hope that you will visit the ship all week long. We have a lot planned for you. We have family day, we have reception, we have a talk with the state historian who's coming. So please don't let this be our last time seeing you this week. Thank you so much. And have a good, safe trip home. And remember our safety tips on the way down. Look out for your neighbor going up. Thank you.